Alright guys, welcome back to Conan Exiles. Today we're going to do a quick little video. Really what I want to do is I want to show everyone, primarily new players such as myself, some of the good resource locations that you can get to very close to the southern river. So you don't need to be high level and you don't need to be running way up to the northwest where a lot of the really good stuff is, but you can still access things like iron and coal really close to the southern river, which makes it super easy for us lower guys to advance through these early stages. Alright, so follow along with me and we will cruise on over there. I'll show you on the map and yeah, we'll get some of that good stuff. Okay, so here we go. Now, to be fair, it's not completely without danger heading over to these areas. So we definitely need to be aware of our surroundings. There's tons of hyenas around here, and even when we get up there, there's going to be some big spiders and stuff, but none of it's too difficult to kill, and if you have some basic leather armor, you should be okay. But right from the start, the southern river is right there, and I'll show you on the map where we are. We are right up here. So basically, come up to the southern river. There's this big giant lake right here. Keep heading north. You're going to follow this trail up, and we're going to curve around to the right here, basically right in the center of this big landmass. It's surrounded by rivers on all sides. So let's get moving and see if we can find some of this good stuff. Get out of my way, rabbit. So yeah, it's definitely, see, there we go, right there. So you got to keep your eye out for these hyenas because they are everywhere and they break your swords. So it's, of course, I don't really want to grab any of that stuff. I need more wood. Ugh. That's another thing. Make sure you guys are prepared because you don't want to be running out of, everything's breaking on me. You don't want to be running out of any of the basic stuff when you're in the middle of a pretty rough fight. Here we go. Alright, continuing on. Okay, so we're coming up around the corner here, and you'll notice to the left we have these little ostrich looking things. Don't get too close to them. They're not really going to come after you, but if you're too close they will, and they're kind of a pain. Let's check the map here. Go up a little bit further. Not quite there. And definitely, when you're running around the map, make sure you don't use too much of your stamina, because if you do, and then you end up getting in a fight, you can end up being in a bad place really fast. So always just use a little bit of stamina. And here we go. Easy, easy. Right there. We have 2 iron nodes. There's, what, 1 hyena to get up here? Yeah. Really easy. There's not a lot around. I mean, you have a camp over there, a couple hyenas over here. Well, there's 1 there. Yeah, 2 hyenas, 3 hyenas. But, I mean, come on. We can just sneak in here real fast. Boom, boom. And we've got ourselves a whole bunch of ironstone. Nice and quickly. So let me grab this real quick because I actually need it. And I'll show you guys on the map where we are. Good lord. That's not bad. Let's see how much. 85. You do get a little bit of stone, but you can always drop that. So on the map, there we are. Right there. So we're going to keep going to the east a little bit, northeast, and hopefully we won't die. If we do, what are you going to do? But we're going to keep heading to the northeast and see if we can't find some of the coal. So you see right across there next to that camp, there's 2 more ironstone nodes right there. And a hyena, of course, because why not? Easy kill. Make sure there's nothing else, and keep going. And here we have another one. Whoops. Another 3. So, whoa, 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 whoa. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Oh, there it is. Hyenas everywhere. And man, I need some better gear. But like I said, these are good places to go for you new guys, much like myself, who don't quite have the gear yet. So I'm going to keep running along, and I'll bring you guys back when I find the coal nodes. But look at all this stuff. Plenty of iron. Okay guys, so on my way, I've just come around this corner and you'll just see there's iron, iron, iron everywhere. So you should never have iron problems. And then look down here. There it is. There's all of our coal. So I'll show you once we get rid of this hyena, because there's only like 1,000,000 of them over here. Get out of here. We don't even need to dodge them anymore. So here on the map, we're right next to this, looks like a little, well, I mean, there it is. It's a big castle, fortress looking thing. And you can see it a little bit on the map, and we're right in front of it. And then all the coal is just right out in front of it. So we have another hyena to deal with, and we have ourselves 3 coal nodes. Don't think we'll be heading that way. But that's it, guys. I mean, this is really easy to access. Pretty much anyone can, anyone can get over here real fast at the earliest levels. The hyenas are a bit of a pain. You know, if you're not quite that high a level, you may need to go a little bit slower, but you can still do it. I mean, bring a little bit of food, bring some water. You'll notice I have plenty of water. I have 2 little water sacks there. And make sure you have plenty of empty inventory so that you can just grab as much of these resources as possible and make your way back. Now, of course, I am playing on a higher rate server, so it's a little bit easier for me, but if you are on a low rate server, like I said, this is still a good place to come. Alright guys, well, I'll bring you back as soon as we make it back to our little base, and we will throw some of this stuff in our little smelter, or whatever it is, and go from there. Alright guys, there we go. Loaded up. Broke my sword and my shield, and I had dropped all of my stone. But look at this. Yeah, tons of ironstone and coal. So we are looking pretty good. Whoops, get in there. Need to go find some more wood, do a little bit more farming, but that's it, you guys. I mean, easy. Quick run up that hill. You have coal, you have iron, and there you go. Probably haven't really seen my house yet. Maybe I could do, well, I'll do it in the next episode. Uh-oh, we gotta get out of here. These things are not nice. Remember, stay away from them. Every couple, 15, 20 minutes, we'll head back up there. I'm not quite sure what the respawn time is, but hopefully it's relatively quick. We'll go up there, we'll get some more, and we should be good. Before you know it, we'll have tons of iron. So that's about it, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this quick little tip on where to get some good iron, and we'll see you next time.